Hey, how's it going, everyone? Brandon here, aka Scourge of Vinyl. Today I've got a little update for you. I got back from Maryland Death Fest yesterday. Needed some time to recoup and recover, but I wanted to make this video talking about the fest and showing off some of the stuff I got. Got a pile of shirts here, bunch of CDs, couple records. First off, I just want to say that I had an amazing time. Met some cool people, got to hang out with friends, see some amazing bands. Highlights of the festival for me were definitely Decrepit Birth, Vader, Autopsy, Ueda, um, Morbid Angel. Uh, too many bands to name, but those are the ones that stood out to me. The fest this year, they moved it from having the three different venues, one of them being the Edison lot, which was outdoors, to just the two venues, both indoors. I was very curious to see how that was going to go over, but it worked very well. I mean, Baltimore Soundstage and then the Rams Head Live were a 5-minute walk between each other, so very convenient. And normally at the Edison lot they had the merch gauntlet, fucking heaven for a nerd like me. They had plenty of vendors set up over by the Rams Head, but definitely less than past years where they had more space outside. Not a lot of vendors selling vinyl. I went with the intention of buying a whole bunch of records and only came home with two. But Dark Descent was there, so I picked up some stuff from those guys. As always, they have my support. Relapse, Decibel Magazine, the usual. But so let's get into some of the stuff that I got. Cannibal Corpse patch, old logo, can't beat it. If you subscribed to me for a while here, you already know. Excruciation. This is a compilation of their first EP from 1987, Last Judgment. It also has the Fourth Apocalyptic Rider demo from 1985 and the First Assault from 1986. I picked this up really without knowing anything about it. Just a little quick research on Metal Archives. These guys are from Switzerland. They're still around. I picked this up basically because Dark Descent had it, and it is a Dark Symphonies reissue. So, haven't listened to it yet. Can't tell you anything about it, but I'm sure it's pretty good. This one, I can't believe that I found this there, but it is Waking the Cadaver. And the name of this record is Perverse Recollections of a Necromangler. These guys are the Brutal Death Kings of New Jersey. I remember seeing these guys many, many years ago, probably over 10 years ago, and fucking blew my face off. I had no idea what kind of music it was at the time, but I love the song Blood Splattered Satisfaction. For a long time I had the demo version of that song, and here it's re-recorded for their first full length from 2007. Went to the Season of Mist booth and picked up the new Solstafir album. I'm not going to be able to pronounce this. Bergrimin. That's my best interpretation. But if you like the last one, Ota, this is right along the same lines. Icelandic post-rock mixed with a little bit of black metal elements and some experimental type stuff. It's all pretty much clean sung. To me, like, their last album for a long time was my Going to Sleep record, and this one is more of the same. It's just very calming, very soothing to my ears, and very, kind of unique stuff. I don't really listen to anything else like this. And they had the wooden box set there on sale for like $120. I was not gonna spend that much on it, but it was a beautiful box set. Real wooden box with the CD, LP, and that had like a compass in it. It was crazy. Here we've got the new album from Loss, Horizonless. This released by Profound Lore. I don't really show CDs, like the actual CD, too often, but I love how it's just that matte black on the actual CD. I've been hearing a lot of praise for this album, and to be honest, I hadn't listened to any material from Lost whatsoever. None of their previous material, nothing off of this. I picked it up just basically because I've been hearing a lot of good things about it, and it's pretty good. It's really slow to me. At times, it kind of bored me. I don't want to sound too harsh because it's a good album, but I can only picture myself listening to this probably as background music or just late at night throwing it on. But the last track, When Death Is All, guest vocals from Rest on that one, Rest from Leviathan. Very, very cool shit. This one, a reissue and a compilation. Brutal Truth, Sounds of the Animal Kingdom, and Kill Trend Suicide. This one picked up at the Relapse tent. Only $10 for basically 2 albums. So, and I love the cover art for Sounds of the Animal Kingdom. I think it's really fucking cool. You guys all know Brutal Truth, grindcore. Not gonna have to say too much about that. And sticking with kind of Brutal Truth stuff, Lock Up. So the new album, Demonization, and Kevin Sharp, the singer of Brutal Truth, is now the singer for Lock Up. Also, Shane Embury from Napalm Death plays in this band. This is very good. I listened to this last night, and there's some really, really heavy songs on here. The title track, Demonization, heavy. Instruments of Armageddon, Foul from the Pure, and this is the Digipack version that has 2 bonus tracks on it as well. Listenable Records release. Yeah, if you like grindcore and even death metal, you should probably check out Lock Up, Demonization. Here's another album that I had heard nothing but good things about, and I hadn't heard any material off of it, but just based on, word of mouth, I decided to give it a shot, and holy tomb mold. This is Primordial Malignity, and wow, this came out early January, I believe, Blood Harvest, and this is a absolutely filthy, disgusting death metal album. These dudes are from Canada, and that's just one of the cool things about social media is seeing people praise an album and then being able to go out and pick it up based on their words alone, because there's a few people out there that I follow and I trust, and I was not let down by this one. Tomb Mold, Primordial Malignity. These guys played. I missed their set because they played at 3:30 and I was exhausted and still sleeping. But they had their new CD for sale, Father Befouled, Desolate Gods. This doesn't come out for another few weeks, but they had it, picked it up, and it's business as usual for these guys. It's crushing death metal, some doom elements, really heavy, really just dirgy, stinky fucking death metal. Dark Descent Records release. Can't wait to get the LP version of this when it comes out, because man, there's some really heavy stuff on here. Exalted Awful, Ungodly Rest. There's a nice instrumental on here, and then the title track closes out the record. Awesome stuff from Father Befouled. These guys seem to just get better with every release. So, and then the last CD that I got, this is Gorephilia with Embodiment of Death. Another Dark Descent Records release. Surprise, surprise. I just picked up their newest one. Saw this one on sale. This is their previous full-length album. Just amazing. Finished death metal. Not really much more I can say about it. It's good. Check it out. Trust me. And then finally, I'll get to the records. This one, again, from Dark Descent. This is Ascended Dead. And the title of this album is Abhorrent Manifestation. More death metal. Again, surprise, surprise. This is the silver vinyl version. There's the back cover. And it just comes with an insert, lyrics, and stuff like that. Dark Descent, pretty much anything they put out, I'll buy, just because they've always put out quality material, and it really is mostly stuff up my alley. And then this one is a reissue from Massacre. This is Enjoy the Violence. This is their second album, I believe, from these French death thrashers. This was put out by Disembodied Records in 2013. Yeah, this is just straight up some really, really intense thrashing death metal. These guys are awesome, from France, as I mentioned. Love that cover. I saw this record a lot, you know, sitting over at Vintage Vinyl, the record store that I go to a lot. It's been sitting there for a long time. Always liked the cover. For some reason, never ended up buying it, but they had it for cheap, I guess, $18 at the fest, so picked that one up. And on to the shirts. I got this one that I'm wearing, Cannibal Corpse, Butchered at Birth. Had to do a deep sleeve cut on this one because it was pretty small, but I loved the design, so I had to have it. I've been to Maryland Death Fest. This is my 4th year now going, and I've never bought a fest shirt, but I ended up getting one this year. Bands on the back, dates and stuff. I figured, what the hell, I'm not buying a lot of records, so I'll just buy more shirts, and this is tame enough where I can wear it at work, I suppose, so. And it'll be a nice little keepsake or souvenir, whatever. This one, you already know, Hammer Smashed Face. And then again on the back in just black. Such a sweet design. Again, can't beat that old logo. Pat over at Ground Zero Salem is gonna love this one. Hell yeah. Deteriorate. I was so surprised to see someone had this shirt. And this one I can definitely not wear at work. And then lastly, one of my favorite sets of the whole weekend, had to pick up a shirt. Ueda, the Devoid of Light artwork. There was a mad rush at the Ueda merch stand right after their set, and I think because maybe people didn't really know who they were, but after seeing them play, like 50-some people were like, okay, I gotta have something from them, which was really awesome to see because their set just blew a lot of other sets out of the water, you know, in my opinion. But yeah, that's all I picked up from the festival. Once again, if you saw me there, hung out, I had a great time. That's really all I gotta say, and until the next time, take care.